Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Friday, February 3rd, 2023. We're about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the United States. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess, and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. As we do the puja, we are connecting with these light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and into our world. Dr. Pillai has also said we all contain all of the archetypes, but we're unconscious of those connections. So as we're doing the puja, we're also activating these inner connections that we all have with these divine beings inside of ourselves as well. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. Each of these 12 little boxes that you see represents a particular zodiac sign. This is the mapping of the sky in my area at the moment. To do the puja, I have some water, I have a lit tea light, I have an incense stick, a bell, a raisin, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I've drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's sitting on a side table here, and that's the area where I will actually be doing the puja. To start the puja, I begin with the water. I put some fingers of my right hand in the water and sprinkle drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart. I also sprinkle some water on top of my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that everyone is symbolically purified for the duration of the puja, whether you're watching it live or later on a replay. The first thing we do after that is we invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and also is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. And I ask him to remove obstacles for all of you in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your life. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of you now and always. We thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Samundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we honor the time elements that are active right now in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Friday, which is ruled by Venus. I'm going to put flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart as I say Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Purnavasu, I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area right now, it's the 14th waxing moon, called Chaturdasi in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chaturdasi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturdasi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturdasi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the Hora, or the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, this is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury on the blackboard chart. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. For these time elements, Dr. Pillai said we would not use flower petals. We would say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Priti, which has energies that are contented. Priti, Priti, Priti. And the karana that's active right now is one called Garisha, which has energies of increased effort. Garisha, Garisha, Garisha. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start here with looking at whatever sign is the ascendant sign at the moment. This is represented here with the letters AC. This is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. This is Kumbha, or Aquarius, which happens to be ruled by Saturn. Dr. Pillai said we would start with honoring the ruler of the ascendant sign as a gesture for its importance at the moment. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we're going to start in the ascendant and go around the chart in a clockwise direction, honoring the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and the planets that rule the signs that have planets in them today. Today in Kumbha, or Aquarius, is Saturn, Venus, and Neptune. We start with honoring Saturn for being in Aquarius. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. We ask this star to bless all of us, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Danishta star, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor Venus for being in Aquarius. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Today, Venus is in a star called Satyabisha. It's symbolized as 100 physicians, and it has great healing energies, as well as can give blessings for interest in esoteric subjects. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Satyabisha star is ruled by Varuna, an archetype who rules the rains and the oceans. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satyabisha star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor Neptune for being in Aquarius. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada. It's a star that can give blessings for enlightenment, charity, and purification. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. We ask for his blessings, and I put these flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we've already honored the planet that rules the ascendant sign. So we pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience, structure, organization, and compassion, and Venus, planet of happiness, planet of beauty and enjoyment of material plane comforts. And Neptune, planet that helps with our intuition and helps us to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Mina or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. We ask for blessings from this star, and I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star, excuse me, is ruled by Ayurbundia, an archetype who can help to guard treasures and valuables. Om Ayurbundiyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiyaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Mina or Pisces, the most metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus. Rahu and Uranus are both in the same star, so I will honor both of those planets before I invoke this star. We start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as the yoni, which represents the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that can help with success in life, higher intelligence, and a planet that can help with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star that gives blessings for prosperity, beauty, creativity. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. His wife is the goddess Saraswati. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Mithuna or Gemini, which today contains the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Purnavasu. This is a star that has associations with blessings for freedom. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Aditi, a goddess who is actually the mother to many of the gods, including our own sun. We put flower petals on the moon and honor this great goddess. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Purnavasu, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Gemini, which is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Matuna or Gemini, a sign with a great range of energies, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype that rules the wind and the air. He's also the father of Hanuman. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put more flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Dhanus or Sagittarius, which today contains Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Purva Ashada, a star that can help us to discern what's right for us and what's wrong for us. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by Apis, a goddess who's a deified form of water. She can give blessings for purification. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Purva Ashada star is ruled by Venus. I put more flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Dhanus or Sagittarius, the most noble-minded and idealistic of all the zodiac signs, today containing Mercury, planet of communication, planet business, planet that helps with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, the next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also the sun. I start with honoring Pluto and put flower petals on him. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the sun for being in Capricorn. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Shravana, a star that can give blessings for money. Om Shravanaye Namaha. Om Shravanaye Namaha. Om Shravanaye Namaha. Shravana star is ruled by Vishnu, an archetype who can give blessings for protection and healing, as well as wealth creation. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Shravana star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals on it. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of fire and heat and light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and a sweet fragrance, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now, I take a bell and offer the element of sound. Now I take a little raisin, a small piece of fruit, to represent the earth element, and I circle that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later in the day, I'll eat that little raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us and into the lives of our families, our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do very short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. Tomorrow will be a very special full moon. This will be a day when Dr. Pillai is doing some live initiations for people that are in that program. And I hope that you take advantage of the full moon, whether you're in the program or not. This is the full moon. It's called Taipusam, when the moon is in the star of Pushya. This happens once a year. Pushya is the most auspicious of all the, spiritually auspicious of all of the stars. So when the moon is in Pushya star, it magnifies all of that spiritual auspicious energy. So Dr. Pillai will be doing these live initiations for people in that program on a very auspicious time with the moon in the Pushya star. Checking the chat to see if there are any questions being posted for today. I hope that you all have a beautiful weekend coming up. We will resume the program again on Monday, and not seeing any questions, seeing people greeting each other, happy to see each other here. saying thank you. I appreciate everyone's support and participation with this program. And I am grateful to be able to continue offering it. If there are no questions today, I'm going to go ahead and close out because Ronnie will need the Zoom session for a Shrimbrazi chanting call that will be coming up. So I'll say to all of you, Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. See you again on Monday.